A local mother is fighting the release of her son's killer, a four-time convicted drunk driver.
That's after discovering the state prison system has no record of his guilty plea. Richard Laney pled guilty last year to driving drunk and crashing into 16-year-old Adam Smith and two of his friends back in December of 2006. Adam was killed. Laney was sentenced to 3 years in prison, but the state has no record of his conviction for Adam's death. Shannon Wolfson is live in the studio tonight with this KXAN Austin News investigation.
Liz Smith just recently got the call from her victim's advocate at MAD that the man who crashed into her son's car was requesting an early parole. So she started to do a little research, but she never expected to learn that man wasn't even serving the term he received for the death of her son. A simple white cross marks the place on Hamilton Pool Road where 16-year-old Adam Smith died, killed by a repeat drunk driver.
You know, he was a teenage boy, but he still gave his mom hugs. You know, he was a good kid.
But it's been 3.5 years since Liz Smith hugged Adam. It's been more than a year since his killer pled guilty. But Liz is still fighting for justice for her son.
He's not here. I'm his mom. It's on his behalf, and it's, you know, for all moms.
In the middle of her fight to keep Richard Laney in prison, Liz discovered he wasn't in prison at all and instead has been serving his time in a state jail in Del Valley.
They didn't know he was in for killing my son. They think he's in for intoxication assault. I was speechless. I don't know how to fix it.
The Texas Department of Criminal Justice never received the paperwork that Laney pled guilty to intoxicated manslaughter in Adam's death. They only have a record of his convictions on 2 counts of intoxicated assault for the injuries to Adam's friends.
I don't know if it was a clerical error. I don't know what happened. You know, I want to get on with my life. You know, I miss my son so much, but I have daughters, and to have to keep going through this life, these things are so unfair.
Liz says she'll plead with the state parole board not to allow Laney an early release.
I'm hoping the parole board looks at his entire file, and I hope the paperwork's right, and that they're sensible and they don't let him out early. He was only sentenced to 3 years.
3 years for a life. The state prison system has no record he took. Now, a spokesperson for the Travis County District Attorney's Victims' Rights Division says their office is looking into this matter and trying to determine why the paperwork on the intoxicated manslaughter charge apparently never made it to the Department of Criminal Justice. We're live in the studio tonight. Shannon Wolfson, KXAN, Austin News.